Hello everyone, welcome back to Agri Farming. Today we are back with organic goat farming. Goats are ruminants. They have horizontal slit-shaped pupils and consume on average 2 kg of dry matter per 50 kg of body weight per day. In some climate, goats, like humans, are able to breed at any time of the year. In northern climates and among the Swiss breeds, the breeding season commences as the day length shortens and ends in early spring. In addition to live breeding, artificial insemination has gained popularity among goat breeders as it allows for rapid improvement because of breeder access to wide variety of bloodlines. Gestation length is approximately 150 days. Twins are the usual result, with single and triplet births also common. Less frequent are litters and quadruplet, quintuplet, etc. Now, let's see why organic goat farming is more preferable as compared to conventional goat farming. Society's attitude towards farming and animal husbandry animal has changed dramatically during the past decades. It no longer only counts what and how much is being produced, but also how it is being produced. The protection of the environment, improved animal welfare, and sustainable rural development has become more important since 1992, and the objective of organic farming is to achieve animals' well-being through animal welfare-oriented husbandry and appropriate use. A complete exploitation of the performance potential entirely possible by neglecting these limits is consciously rejected. Curtailing freedom of movement, sensory deprivation, and unsocial ways of husbandry are not allowed. Any contact with animals of the same species or forcing too close a contact are not permitted in organic farming. Furthermore, animals are not adapted to husbandry conditions by removal of horns, shortening of beaks, docking of tail, or cutting of teeth. Instead, husbandry conditions are adapted to the animals. Now, let's get into the principle of care for organic goat farming. Organic agriculture should be managed in a precautionary and responsible manner to protect the health and well-being of current and future generations and the environment. Organic agriculture is a living and dynamic system that responds to internal and external demands and conditions. Practitioners of organic agriculture can enhance efficiency and increase productivity, but this should not be at the risk of jeopardizing health and well-being. Now, let's see the feeding of organic goat farming. The definition of farmland-related animal husbandry with kg nitrogen per hectare and year does not fix the origin of feedstuff. The statement that livestock has to be fed predominantly with self-produced feedstuff is not specific enough. Organic feeds can be purchased from other organic farms. A maximum of 30% DM of in-conversion feedstuff can be fed to organic livestock respectively when products are to be sold under the organic label. If the feed is produced in the own farm, a maximum of 60% DM is allowed. In order to certified organic, goats must be raised on pasture that is certified organic. This requires that no pesticides, herbicides, chemical fertilizers, or any other restricted materials be used, unless the pasture land to be used for goats is already certified. Obtaining initial certification will take time. Now, let's get into feed and supplements. Organic livestock may be fed only hay, grain, milk, replacer, minerals, and any other supplement such as kelp or beet pulp that is certified organic. This means that it may not be genetically modified but may not contain synthetic hormones, antibiotics, coccidiostates, and other restricted materials. Goats may not be given any of those additives directly either. The bedding used for goats must also be certified organic, whether it is straw, wood chips, or wood pellets, because goats may eat the bedding. Restricted materials for organic livestock includes animal drug and synthetic hormones, plastic pellets, urea, manure, slightly byproducts, excessive amounts of food supplements or additives, synthetic amino acids. Now, let's get into healthcare for organic goat farming. Caring for goats and healthcare can be one of the most challenging aspects of organic goat farming basics. A goat cannot be certified organic if it has been treated with antibiotics or synthetic or non-synthetic substances that is prohibited by the law. Yet, goats do get sick with disease that require the use of such substances. In fact, producers must treat sick animals even if doing so will cause them to lose their status as organic. So, the challenge is, whenever possible, to find treatment methods that are organic and are effective. The livestock healthcare standard requires producers to use preventive healthcare practices such as vaccination is allowed. Do not treat the goats that are not sick, for example, giving antibiotics or dewormers routinely, and make sure the goats' living conditions and feed ration promote good health. In terms of deworming, ivermectin is the only chemical dewormer that is allowed to use in organic goats. The organic health standard also require that physical alteration such as tattooing or other identification, disbudding and castration be done only in a way that promotes the welfare of the goat and minimizes pain and stress. Although there are no hard and fast rules, these are areas that must be addressed in an organic system plan, and farmers need to be able to show that the way they perform these procedures meets the criteria. Other consideration for organic goat farming basics. The National Organic Standard contains other requirements that farmers need to take into consideration. Manure management may not be a problem depending on the acreage or number of goats being kept. One major intent of this provision is to keep manure out of the waterways, a problem for larger farms and less for small farms. Record keeping is critical to raising goats. For organic goat milk and dairy goat farmers need to set up a record keeping system prior to applying for organic certification. Required records include all records of the operation, and they must be understandable and available for inspection. Some of these records include identification for each goat, including whether it was born on the farm or purchased, all veterinary and other health records for each goat, and feed information, which includes keeping all feed tags from feed that is purchased. These records can be also serve as secondary purpose of tracking health issues to determine whether a certain goat or a certain line should be culled. The standard also addresses the requirement for processing of goat products. For example, organic meat may not come in contact with non-organic meat, and no synthetic materials may be used during its processing. Farmers need to review the standard to determine whether other requirements for food processing will affect their operation and whether they can be met. Now, let's get into certification process for raising organic goats. Obtaining an initial certification requires the following steps. Find a certifier in your state. A list can be found at the USDA Agricultural Marketing site www.ams.usda.gov. Complete an application form. Note, some federal funds are available through states to reimburse applications for obtaining organic certification. Describe in writing practices and procedures to be used. Make a list of each substance you will use in production, noting its composition, source, and where or how it will be used. Describe how the plan will be implemented and monitored. Describe the record-keeping systems that will be used to comply with requirements. Describe practices and procedures to be used to ensure that organic and non-organic products are not mixed. The last but not the least is schedule an on-site inspection by certifier. Initial certification is granted in perpetuity, but farmers must pay a certification fee and update their initial organic system plan every year. It isn't a one-time deal. Some small farmers who market less than $5,000 of organic products annually are not required to apply for organic certification, although they must still comply with production and handling requirements. While the milk from such a small goat farm may be marked organic, farmers who rely on this exemption may not use the organic seal on their products. Let's get into the conclusion of organic goat farming. Dairy goat farmers who think they may want to get into organic goat production should first learn everything they can about organic certification under the federal and their state laws. A good resource is the National Center for Appropriate Technology (NCAT) Livestock Workbook, a guide to sustainable and allowed practices. This book not only includes much information on organic livestock practices and organic goat farming basics, but also contains a checklist that farmers can use to prepare to switch to organic systems. It can be used to determine what steps to take to begin working towards certified organic production. The first step in organic goat farming basics is to begin transitioning pasture and cropland. Remember that this step may take as long as 36 months if the land is not already certified organic. While implementing this step, farmers have time to think through and create their required organic system plan. Talk with someone who can help you get organic certification. Start thinking through policies and procedures to be implemented and develop a good record keeping system. Farmers who don't have the acreage or the right locale to grow feed need to start looking for feeds that are grown organically or made with organic ingredients. Although this may be an insurmountable barrier for some, one alternative is to use as many certified organic ingredients as possible and then find no spray ingredients to make up the rest of the feed. Although this will prevent organic certification, it will still be a good marketing point for sales and can possibly help a farmer obtain a higher price for milk and dairy products. This also can be a positive first step to Fortune certified organic production because we can expect more feed producers to switch to organic. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to this channel and please ring the bell button to notify you whenever new video is uploaded. Thank you for watching.